Andy Dufresne escaped from Shawshank Prison.
Oh, really?
Vicky! It's not looking very good for you.
You don't say!
No. He's locked the door.
Wait, what? Hey, you! Did you know that since you've got your own brain, you're actually able to think for yourself and draw your own conclusions? Crazy, right? Because these folks think otherwise. At least, that's what my fancy professional analysis says. Now, before you roll your eyes and click away, stick with me for a sec. There's more to this story. From what I've seen, the intelligence level of the general target audience has been on a bit of a roller coaster ride, rising over the years, then taking a sharp decline again. Based on that, I've identified 3 separate stages which I'll back up with plenty of cinematic examples. Let's go. It all starts in the 1960s, when the cinema had already developed into the form we know today, combining image, dialogue and music. At this point, silent films are respectfully left behind. It's a completely different situation with them. Psycho is undeniably a brilliant film with a genius twist. However, its ending leaves no room for audience's interpretation or reflection. This guy preferred to thoroughly describe all the secrets rather than letting the images show the rest. Target audience: idiots. Blade Runner, despite its visual and thematic mastery, suffers from a similar flaw. The film often over-explains its complex concepts and world-building elements, leaving little space for the audience's imagination. However, to be fair, some films released during this period treat the audience with greater respect and help to uphold the honor of this era. 12 Angry Men is a masterful example of storytelling where each piece of the puzzle is revealed one at a time, precisely and without unnecessary repetition. The film gradually adds details, building tension, while allowing the audience to draw their own conclusions. Planet of the Apes features one of the greatest plot twists in cinema history. The film doesn't rely on extensive explanation. Simply showing the twist allows each viewer to reflect and interpret it for themselves. There were of course many other films I could mention here, but I believe you already understand my point. In the first stage, filmmakers had been gaining trust in the audience's ability to interpret the film. At the same time, it was crucial for them that the viewer arrives at one universal interpretation of the movie. Stage 2 was an excellent time when the viewers could finally feel more appreciated. Well, most of the time. Despite the fact that the movies like Avatar, The Big Short or Fantastic Beasts appeared with their sometimes irritating narrative style, many great works of art also turned up during the same period. The earliest examples are Memento and American Psycho, each appreciated for different reasons. Memento demands patience as viewers adjust to the film's unusual timeline with no explicit guidance provided. Once understood, the audience feels confident and can enjoy piecing together the narrative. American Psycho features a less complex plot but leaves viewers with a thought-provoking question at the end, distinguishing which events likely occurred in reality versus those that exist only in Bateman's mind. The same thing was used in Shutter Island or Inception. These iconic scenes leave us with so many questions and numerous ways of interpretation. Arrival also deserves a credit for combining elements of great surprise with the unusual timeline and also with the open ending in the same time. In the second stage, not only did the narratives appreciate us more, but also there were more chances to receive the stories in our own way than ever. There are still many examples such as Interstellar and Tenet, which I am unsure how to classify, but they do not significantly break the characteristics of this golden era. Stage 3 is the one which is currently happening. It represents the rise of primitive storytelling and mistaking audience for single-celled organisms. There are just a few movies that prove the pattern, and I hope that this number won't be rising. The perfect example is Mickey 17, which not only includes an useless narrator, but also his mouth doesn't shut even when the image speaks for itself. I mean, hats off, because this movie tolerates everyone. Deaf audience, blind audience, and the normal audience. In the next example, I will allow myself to compare it to a movie from the second stage. In the film Furious 6, our favorite family discovers that the villain's true target is completely different from what they had prepared for. Here's the scene.
Where's that component?
They're moving it to a secure location.
Shaw ain't hitting that base.
He's hitting the convoy.
I think they actually pulled it off better than in that other scene from the same series. They both are just staring at the super sketchy spot in the files, which is just the only one that has a picture attached. and there is a whole brainstorm about why it's the perfect hideout for...
Dante Reyes.
Then he just had to point at this and...
I found the answer there.
like... Same situation here. It's pretty ironic that the movie I got hyped about earlier was made by the same guy who just 5 years later serves us a line which sounds like this
Lock the door.
in a scene that looks like this. Okay, that's it from me. Hopefully Hollywood has already learned from those screw-ups and we won't see any more cringe-worthy stuff from Stage 3. Meanwhile, I gotta catch up on some videos.